What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Beyond the Backboard Podcast, another special episode of the regular podcast. My name is Omar. Next to me are my beautiful co-hosts, Max and Earl. Today, Jay will be here shortly, guys. I'm sure he's just getting on the Wi-Fi and getting right back on. But we're here, and we have a lot to talk about. I'm going to hand it over to Max because, honestly, he's better at me. He's better than me at this point. So what do we got on topic for today so far, Max?
All right, so y'all know it's the NBA offseason. We're going to cover a couple free agency moves real quick. We're going to touch into some WNBA stuff as well a little bit later on in the podcast. Starting things off, Mr. Earl, he is wearing actually, you know what? No, Marcus Smart was not the most relevant thing to happen since we last did the podcast.
No.
Damian Lillard has gone back to the Portland Trail Blazers. It happened, I want to say 5 or 6 days ago, but it was right after we put our last podcast out, so we didn't get the chance to talk about it. I think we were speculating about Damian Lillard a couple podcasts ago. People throwing out different names. But now he's back in Portland. 3 years, $42 million. So he's basically getting $14 million this year to do nothing. Well, not do nothing. He's going to have to rehab. That's probably harder than playing basketball.
And also, apparently, Chauncey said that he wants
basically 2 years, healthy, hopefully, Dame in Portland. How do y'all feel about this? Does this move the needle at all for Portland? Was this the right spot for Damian Lillard to go?
Earl, you can take the mic from here.
I think, personally, for me, I think it was an amazing move. Dame just pulled LeBron, man. I gotta leave, make the team a little bit better. We got a Denny now. We got Hansen Yang. We got Donovan Clingan. Who else is on there? Huh? Donovan
Hansen Yang.
Who did you say before that?
Hansen Yang.
Hansen Yang?
Yeah, before that.
Denny
Advia?
Gotcha. Continue.
You forgot about Denny Advia?
Did I say it wrong?
No. Continue.
He just, I guess he didn't catch it.
It was a little lost in translation. But yeah, Danny, Tuamani Kamara's on that team too. I feel like
you still have, what's his name? What's the small forward's name?
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant. Sorry, he's a little bit mid. I forget his name.
Off the bench.
But to be completely honest, I like the direction that the Portland's going in. They're going for a youth movement, and they're surrounding Damian Lillard with a lot of defense, which is something that he needs in this point of his career. I don't know. I just feel like Damian Lillard, obviously a lot of the reasons why he went back is because of his family, which I respect a lot. I've seen a lot of interviews of him talking about him and his kids, basically his daughter or son, I forgot which one he said, Dad, we don't have to hop on the plane anymore to see you. And he said, no, I'm going to be in my house all the time now. And then he was just smiling and stuff like that. So that type of the game is obviously cool to see. I think this is what I wanted to see him in the first place. It's kind of like, sometimes you go out there, you go chasing big things, which is not bad to chase the stars, but sometimes you realize home is where the heart is, and obviously Dame's heart is still in Portland, which I respect a lot. So I like it. I think he's going to be great for this team as far as leadership. I think that's exactly what this team was struggling with as far as locker room presence. I mean, you had Jeremy Grant as your vet. No offense. I'm sorry, Grant. I'm throwing too many shots at you. I apologize. But Damian Lillard kind of moves me a little bit for this team. So shout out to them. I thought they were a good upcoming team before. Obviously, Dame is not going to play this season, or if he is, it's going to be later in the season, which probably won't matter. I don't know if they're going to be. Let's not get into speculation.
I think this year.
I think it just works.
I think this year they're going to try to prepare for a world where Damian Lillard is their starting point guard. I think they start to look at that. I don't think Damian Lillard is washed at all. Let me make that abundantly clear. He just had a bad streak of luck, and then he had a torn Achilles, right? Tell me if I'm wrong, torn Achilles. But alas, that's how the Trailblazers were able to pull off this masterclass. They were able to get Drew Holiday back. And if I know apparently Drew Holiday is a name to watch for the Lakers, hopefully for the Blazers' sake, I hope to God they don't do that, because I think Drew Holiday is a great defensive piece that the Portland Trailblazers need to keep if they want to have Damian Lillard at that one spot. I think Drew Holiday should be their starting point guard. They have Scoot Henderson come off the bench with Shadon Sharpe, and they see what happens from there, and then they continue. Denny Advia is a good second option for that Portland Trailblazers team. I actually really like the fit next to Damian Lillard. It's like Earl just did. If y'all not seeing and watching this on Spotify, is chef's kiss. It's beautiful. Hansen Yang, man, I don't know about y'all. I think this guy, give him a year next to Damian Lillard is going to be great. He's going to make him look. Is going to make him look crazy. Yeah, I saw that, Earl, but we gonna let it slide. But it's gonna be a good year for the Blazers. I think this year they're not gonna be as competitive. But what I will say is they definitely have the mindset thinking, look, we're in a down year. We're not at 100% strength. We here, but we will get there. And I think that's kind of in the motion that they're really going with.
I'm gonna ask a question for y'all. I have a question. When Damian Lillard does come back, let's say it's not this year, but let's say he comes back at the start of 27 or 26, 27. Is he the best player on that roster?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Easily. I don't think that's even a debate.
So you don't think anyone on the team can progress?
I think Denny will be the best player on that roster. I truly believe that. I think just his versatility. He kind of runs he's a prototypical point forward. Like that's how we always played in Washington. And the reason why people are seeing it now on a bigger showcase is because obviously we're going from Wizards to Portland, but still I feel like that Portland core was just a little bit more mature and ready to play with a guy like Denny. When you play on the Wizards, shout out to Kyle Kuzma and shout out to the Jordan Pooles of the world. It's a lot of selfishness on the offensive side of the ball. I watch those games. Sometimes it's really hard to watch the decision making they make. But Portland, they have so much young defense. It just makes I don't know how when you're around people your age, your peer group, and you're doing stuff together. Obviously, well, I'll use a better example. When you're around your friends and stuff like that, I feel like it's more of a friendly environment there. You can really lock in, and I think all of those guys, especially Denny. I think now that you asked that question, first off, saying Dame, but it's most obviously it's definitely Denny who's the best person on that team.
Let me ask you a follow-up question then, because then I really feel like Damian Lillard is still in his prime. I understand that he has a few off. I understand it's been a rough year in Milwaukee, and then he had a torn Achilles. But overall, looking at the season, he still played the way that he was playing in Portland. I didn't see really a downtrend.
I feel he was still way better in Portland, though.
Right.
Portland,
was he ever playing with a player like Giannis, though, where he really had to give up on those possessions like that and really have games where he was not really shooting that well, so he had to pass it on to the next person? He didn't really have anybody else.
Yeah, but I think now, especially
to be completely honest,
his prime is over.
Omar's not wrong though.
I don't think Damian Lillard's
think about it like this. Dame is still okay. I gotta look at this because I didn't look at the stats before.
I think Denny is good. I think he's a really good second option.
I'll have this. This is what I want to say. Denny has the chance to be the best player on this team, but right now I still have to give it to Damian Lillard.
No, I'm saying when Lillard comes back, who do you think will be the best player?
It's up to this season. Last season, as a Portland Trailblazer, Denny was putting up 17 points per game, 7 rebounds, and how many assists? And 4 assists.
Denny needs to take a step up if he wants that.
Was playing. He put up 25 points per game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. So if Denny wants to be that guy, he has to take the jump to at least 20 plus points per game to even be considered the first type option. I think that's the big jump. He has to take a big jump. That's the truth.
Could Klingon be the best player by then if he has a really good year?
Not yet. I think he still needs another year. I think this year, to me, I think Klingon is going to be great, and that's not just because I'm his fantasy manager. I've been saying this for a long time. When you watched him play, he's so impactful on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
And he was playing in spot minutes, right? He was playing behind Aiden. Sometimes he was playing behind Robert Williams. Well, now this year, he is going to be the starting center for that team. So with him getting those first team reps, I'm sorry, I'm in my football bag. Sorry. First team reps, that's a football term. But with him, the starting lineup reps, I think he's going to have a much better season. But I think he's more year 3, maybe. Potentially has a chance, but I don't know. I have to see his overall peak first, Max. I want to see a full season of him.
I feel think they Denny really take that step in, their big step in year 4. Year 4, Evan. This was year 4, Evan Mobley, I think, and this was year, or was it? I think it was year 4 Mobley where he really took that big step. So I think, I agree with you though. Klingon probably later.
Denny needs to match Damian Lillard's productivity if he wants to be able to consider to be the first guy on that squad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't even think 20 points a game does that. I think it's going to have to be higher. I think it's going to have to match. I think it's going to have to match Damian Lillard, or he's not it. I think that's the case.
36 coming off an Achilles. I still think he could probably do 20.
Yeah. And about 19 minutes a game. Sorry. In about 19 minutes. Oh, am I lagging?
Yeah, you lagged bad, but it's okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're back on it. All right.
He's just delayed. Give him a second.
Yeah, you're just a bit delayed.
Yeah, turn the camera off. I'm just saying though, Omar, to your point about Bradley Beal's prime Bradley Beal. What am I saying?
Damian Lillard.
Jeez. Prime Damian Lillard.
You can have Bradley Beal if you want.
No.
Prime Damian Lillard was 2017 to 2022. Man was putting up 27 points per game, 26 points per game, 30 points per game, 29 points per game. That Lillard is never coming back. I don't think so. I don't think we're ever getting that Lillard again.
I don't think. But you said, I'm sorry, you said 29 points again. I don't think he's touching that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, prime Lillard was 27 a game, 26, 30, 29. That was 26 to 30. He did that.
Okay, I still think he can hit 25. I don't think
that's on the lower end of that though. I mean,
I'm okay with that. If I'm the Trailblazers, I'm okay with that.
Oh, I think if he could hit 25, that'd be brilliant. But
I think
he's still in his prime.
In a perfect world, the Trailblazers want Damian Lillard to at least hit 23 to 25 points a game. They want Denny to hit at least 20 to 22 points a game. They want Donovan Clingan to hit 10 to 15 a game, and then they want Yang to be throwing that ball across the court. That's what if I'm the Portland Trailblazers, that's what I want.
I feel like that's lofty expectation to put on Dame, but maybe he can still do it.
Lofty? You just said it was the low end.
I think it's realistic to expect like 20 plus from Dame.
Yeah,
I don't think that's anything too crazy.
I think 20 plus is fair. 25 is a little much, though.
I said 23 to 25. That could mean 24. That could mean 23. That could mean 25.
I guess. I mean, he put up these last 2 years.
That could even mean 22.
These last 2 years in Milwaukee, he did 24 and 25.
All I'm saying,
I feel like you can't.
After the James Harden debacle, I am never taking a player 10 less points again. That's all I'm saying. 10 less.
True.
I'd rather be wrong by 15 to 20 than wrong by 12 to 22.
Yeah, you got to get. It's about ballpark estimations.
Yeah, ballpark estimations.
Another player who has had a reunion as of late, Chris Paul, going back to the Los Angeles Clippers. So this summer it's just turned into point guards returning to their old teams. Will Russell Westbrook join the Thunder? Hopefully not, but I guess you never know. But yeah, Chris Paul's now joins that Clippers bench unit that's going to have Bradley Beal. It's going to have Derrick Jones Jr. It's going to have Brook Lopez. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Clippers in our 2-minute drill, but just real quick, quick initial reactions to Chris Paul going back. Do you like the move? Do you not?
I do. I think him running the second unit is actually going to be really good for that team. That team, look, I don't think they're going to win anything. I don't. Like, I look at that team and I see maybe a playoff series, maybe 2, but
that's winning something.
Okay, fine. They'll win a playoff series or 2, but I mean, I really see that squad only really being together for 1 year. I feel like Kawhi, and this can completely be out of my ass, by the way. Nobody take this for fact, and then I'm going to see a clip later on. But nobody take this for fact. But the Clippers, I feel like Kawhi Leonard gave them an ultimatum, and I really feel like he said, listen, you guys got 1 year to actually do something, because I've been here for, I don't even know how long he's been there for. I've been here for this amount of time.
Like 6 years now. This is like year 6, I want to say.
I came here and disturbed another championship to come here, because he's coming off a championship at Toronto at that time. And now he's sitting here like, I didn't win shit with y'all. I didn't do anything with y'all. Why should I stay? And they're like, y'all got again, I could be talking out of my ass, but again, it seems like something a player would do. If you've been there for a really long time and the Clippers look like they haven't really been giving much effort to build that team for them. I see James Harden, I see Kawhi Leonard, and I'm like,
I mean, they tried.
I have anxiety.
They got Paul George. and then that didn't work, and they got Harden, and then that didn't work, and they got Westbrook, and then that didn't work. So now they got, that
They've been
been trying.
They didn't make any major change.
Which team?
Clippers.
What, they didn't make any major changes this year?
No.
He's saying that they never tried to build around Kawhi, but I feel like that's not true.
They've been building around Kawhi since they got him. You realize one of the stipulations of Kawhi coming, Kawhi said, "Go get PG and I'll sign with you."
Yeah.
It started there.
I'm aware. But
and then when PG didn't
and then
work,
you get a James Harden.
You
want another point guard. You get a James Harden who played really. I feel like he played well for the Clippers.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they fix their bench? Did they take the players around them?
Did Kawhi Leonard play in the playoffs any of those times?
I mean, I think it's kind of a two-way street then.
I feel like the Clippers pretty frequently the last couple of years have had a pretty deep team that
they've never gone into a rebuild.
They have really good bench depth. I don't think that's the problem. I think they've always built around Kawhi Leonard.
They've done a better job than the Blazers did building around Dame for all those years.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
I think any chance they got to put a piece around Kawhi Leonard that they can afford, they did it, and they did it. They tripled down again this year. Like they traded for John Collins. They added in, who was it? Chris Paul came back. I'm missing another big name. I forget. Bradley Beal. Like you add more, like you said, some more bench depth.
Yeah.
So
again, we'll talk more about the Clippers in our 2-minute drill that's coming out later this week. So be sure to tune into that. Another NBA player movement, Marcus Smart I believe he was bought out by Washington, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Buyout going now to the Lakers. 2 years, $11 million. Lakers get another guard. I guess you can never have too many guards, right?
You can ask Earl about that one.
Lakers got plenty of guards now. We got Marcus Smart. Does he start for that team?
Great question.
Thank you.
Great question.
PG or SG? Probably SG. Shooting guard.
Well, Luke is PG1.
Yeah, true. I know that. I don't think anybody else starts in front of Marcus Smart. I don't know. Austin Reeves, but can he play the 3?
I'm not starting. If I'm the Lakers, I'm not starting Marcus Smart. I'll be honest. He's coming off the bench. He's not like that anymore.
If Austin Reeves can start the 3, or then maybe.
Sorry, I'm just sitting this.
I don't know. I mean,
okay, because okay.
Look, at this point in his career, to me,
the way that I'm thinking about it is this: if it's not Marcus Smart, then it's Austin Reeves. But then,
yeah, that's fine. Austin Reeves is a way better player than Marcus Smart. We can't.
But then you can also do.
As a Lakers
fan,
let me talk to you.
Smart. All right, you got it.
Let me talk to you.
I'm gonna let the Lakers fan cook.
Okay, this is my thought process here. A big focal point on the Lakers this whole offseason is to get defense. Personally, a lot of us Lakers fans have been saying this. You got to make sacrifices. Some guys have to come off the bench. I truly believe if Austin Reeves came off the bench, he would easily win 6 Man of the Year. I've been saying that before.
Yeah,
when
easily,
Austin Reeves was our guy off the bench, he was the guy who brought in energy off the bench, gave us easy possessions with no LeBron James on the floor. If AD had to take a break, you put in Austin Reeves, fresh body. He can score on pretty much anyone in the NBA, and he get to his bag. I think it just makes the most sense. And you start the game with defense. We see it every time as Lakers fans. We get into a game, offensive heavy. Oh, let's run LeBron, Luka, and Reeves. You can't do that. You cannot run Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James all at the same time consistently to start a game. I say maybe to close out a game, cool, but to start a game, I need defense. And the biggest thing I'm pushing for is if you bring Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves off the bench, you go trade for another wing, on which obviously all Lakers fans are talking about. I think easily we become the deepest team in the NBA, no question about it. So I would definitely start Marcus Smart next to Luka Doncic, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you completely.
You're gonna entrust the starting role with the guy who's played 54 games over the last 2 years.
Well, Max, who? Okay, Earl, could you list out the other options for Max? Because I don't think he understands that it's probably insanely limited to what you guys actually have on the bench.
I mean, I like playing big. I think again, like would Austin Reeves be great off the bench? Yeah, but I think he's too good a player to come off the bench at this point in his career.
Ayton and
20 games.
I think Ayton and Braun got that.
Matter, bro. It doesn't matter. Like what people aren't realizing is like we got to take the egos out of players and stuff like that. Like Austin Reeves is a great role player. He's a great player. But when I talk about like winning basketball, I would much rather have a defensive focused guard in the starting lineup and have Austin Reeves running second unit. People acting like if you say you can be a six man that we're disrespecting you. Let's not forget who one of the best six men were, who refused a starting role, obviously, was James Harden. On those OKC teams, he didn't even want to go to the starting lineup. He was one of the best six men I've seen. A starting capable player. Obviously, I'm not saying James Harden is Austin Reeves, but I'm saying like it's levels to this. Like if you can mentally say, hey, I accept this role to come off the bench to help the team, that's how you win. And I feel like Austin Reeves could easily take that step.
30 minutes a game. I don't think that helps them. I think
it does. Having defense, our biggest struggle was guarding perimeter guards.
You're talking about bringing Smart off the bench. Like I don't think that's disrespect to him. Look, I think he's fine as a six man.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying disrespect was Smart. What I'm saying is when teams play us, if you watch the playoffs, all they did was run that pick and roll action. You either get Reeves switched on to you or you get Luka switched on to you. Then you have an old man LeBron trying to play chase down defense, chase these small forwards when he just can't. His body, yeah, he can make a couple plays like that, but consistently throughout a whole game, it's just not realistic. So my thought process as a fan who watches the Lakers, you have to have a defensive-minded player in that starting lineup. And Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and Aiden is not going to get it done as your starting five.
Because
that's just
can you start Smart and Reeves then? Like Omar was saying, can Reeves just
why not? Wait, hold on. Do you see Earl? Do you see a world where it's Luka, Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, Bron, and then Aiden?
I think that would be fine too.
I mean, I definitely think it's an option. I don't mind the option either. But like
I
for
like
this
that
team
more
in
than
general,
benching Reeves. I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't think benching Reeves is the option.
Like that, y'all are thinking too emotionally about it. It's not.
Y'all,
it's not emotional. I'm looking at.
I'm not in this.
I'm just saying, like, I think that's the biggest misconception in like the NBA world. Like, if you're not starting, you're not the guy. Like, that's just not true,
no,
bro.
That's not what we're saying.
Yeah, look at Peyton Pritchard.
But I'm saying, like, bro, 20. Like, imagine adding that depth to your bench unit. Right?
Yeah.
That's what Austin Reeves was. Austin Reeves was our guy off the bench. That's how we were winning games. Austin Reeves was coming off the bench, giving us 14 plus points. Only difference now is Austin Reeves is capable of 20 plus points a game. Yeah, easily.
No player who can score 20 plus should come off the bench.
That's not true. It all depends on it all depends on team construction, bro.
Okay. Well, there's no one who's better than Austin Reeves at either of his position. It's not like he's the third best player on the team, but he's the second best point guard or the second best small forward.
It's about who fits with who. When we traded for Luka Doncic, the timetable moved a little bit, right? You have your two best guards are just, I'll be honest, like they're not great defenders at all. So when you have that, like, and think about it like this, we sit in the playoffs. What happens when Austin Reeves goes cold? He gets attacked every possession. Yeah. He's not scoring. He's not contributing on defense. So what is he out there doing? We already have a Luka Doncic out there who can give me 30 points. We have a LeBron James who can give me 25. So why not, now that you have the assets, bring in a defensive-minded guard who his floor level is he can guard and he can hit a catch-and-shoot shot. That's all we need in a lineup with LeBron James and Luka Doncic.
Together then. And then you can bench Rui, which I know no Lakers fan likes. The Lakers fans don't want Rui.
I'm just saying, like, in general, if I had to choose, I would bench them both.
So who's starting in place of Rui then?
I'm saying, when I said that, if you were listening respectfully, I said if we do make another trade for a starting level wing, which is obviously the last.
I didn't know you said starting level. I thought you just meant like a backup wing, like just a guy who can play 20 minutes or 15.
No.
Minutes. Well, where are you getting a starting level wing out of thin air?
And also, let's not sleep on Marcus Smart.
Aiden. Same thing I said about Marcus Smart. Same thing I said about Jake LaRavia. You never know. Rob Pelinka just makes a random move and we go with it. So
Marcus Smart could have started on the Celtics. Just saying.
He did start on the Celtics.
That's what I'm saying. So let's not pretend he hasn't been a starting point guard before.
I think I understand like the injury concern or whatever. But like me starting Smart and not starting him is not going to put any extra or unextra added injury risk to him. Like he's going to play basketball. He's there to play ball. If he gets hurt, being a starter, he gets hurt. If he gets hurt being a bench player, he gets hurt. Just put him where it makes sense. I just don't like
sacrificing Reeves for the sake of Marcus Smart. If you can fit them together,
that's not what it is.
That would be great.
If you, I don't think you understand
like that. Though?
The lack of defense in that starting lineup, you have to play perfect offense every single night to have a chance to win.
Okay, so plug Smart in at the 2, rock out with that, and then but I still think you can fit Reeves and LeBron in the front court, and then Aiden. That's not a terribly small team.
It's not terribly small, But as far as like defenders, bro, like
Mark Free, no.
Like I don't know. I obviously that like in this graphic, that was lineup B. It will be Luka, Smart, Reeves, LeBron, Aiden. Cool. But personally,
okay. I like that more. Like you said,
personally,
you need a guard defender there. You need a defender.
What I'm saying is you can't, as JJ Redick, you can't be scared to try different things, I feel like. And the thing about it, which I like, Reeves has proven himself to be a great six man. He started off being our six man. So him buying into the role of going to six man when we have a better fit in the starting lineup, it just makes sense. And that's not saying Reeves can't play. I know Reeves can go get me 20 plus. I know he can do that. He can get that starting. He can get that off the bench. I know he can do that. But it's about fit. Like, it made a lot of sense when AD was here, right? Because you needed that extra ball handler. You have Luka now. The timetable is just different. You have Luka. You have Luka Doncic and LeBron James right now as your two main guys, and you got Austin Reeves as your third guy. If I can spot those minutes up, and it's not like I think people get the whole starting and come off the bench as a disrespect thing. It's not really about that. I'm not even saying that. There probably will be a case where Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic in games. Like, that's realistic to say. You'll probably go small with a Marcus Smart as well in there. But like starting games, you have to have defense. Like, I think that's been proven a lot in today's basketball.
Okay, so again, I like Smart. Okay, you convinced me. You can start Smart, but I don't think there's a world where the third best player on a team, just straight up basketball talent, skill wise, should come off their bench. Again, unless Reeves was a small forward and it was either him or LeBron. Okay, fine. Then
I'm just saying it's about fit, bro. It's about
fit. Works to a point. Fit works to a point.
Yeah, to a point where you need, bro.
At some point,
you're not understanding the defensive side. You're the main guy. But you're the main guy who preaches defense.
Why are we still talking about him coming off the bench, bro? We just said that Austin Reeves could stay on the starting lineup.
Yeah,
no, but I'm saying in general, defense wins championships. Like, that's something you preach. So if you have a chance, even if you have to sacrifice putting Reeves off the bench,
but
where it makes sense, you do it. I'm saying there will become a point where you have to make that decision.
No, you don't. You just play together.
Wait, why?
Why do we have to make that decision? It's not like the Lakers have
hold on. Max. Bring it from here to here and just ask why. Why?
Because no matter how much you hide them, bro, having Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves in the same lineup to start a game defensively is horrible. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
But you didn't have a Marcus Smart or DeAndre Ayton in there. Now you do.
Well, that's the time where you experiment with these lineups, and then where you see where.
Yeah, when the fourth and fifth players in those lineups was Rui Hachimura and Jackson Hayes. Yeah, that's going to be horrible defensively. But now you have Ayton and Smart.
He does have a point there.
That anchors them.
He does have a point, Earl.
Slightly, but you still have three chasers, bro. You have three people you can still point and attack to.
2.5.
I'd rather have 2.
2.5. With LeBron. I'm not calling LeBron a full.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but at his age, if you're asking in this lineup, you're going to be asking him to play the small forward, right?
No, he's the power forward now because Reeves is the small forward.
And that's word, bro. Never mind. Go ahead, continue.
Well,
what small forward is Reeves going to guard?
Okay, you can put Smart on him then.
Okay, then what about
Smart on Reeves? They're on the same team.
No, I'm saying put Smart on the good power on the good forward.
Okay, then what? Okay, then Reeves is guarding the best scoring shooting guard on that given night.
So Marcus Smart is playing small forward? I don't get it.
So then if you don't think that line can ever work, then you have to trade one of them. Then you trade Reeves. If you don't think that him, LeBron...
I don't think that's an option either.
You just bring him off
I think we're moving...
You can get better value for him. Then you should
I think we're moving...
someone defensive who fits that team.
Exactly. Bro, I think you're just... Everybody's caught in the... It's okay. People act like... When I say come off the bench, like, oh, you're just not good enough to be a starter.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You're not maximizing his value.
He's too great. He's too valuable not to be in the starting lineup, bro.
He is.
Like, he's a role player. Like,
you can have 35 minutes coming off the bench.
But Austin Reeves, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you can't find 35 minutes where neither Luka nor LeBron's in the you're saying if you're gonna bring him off the bench, you're not running even Luka LeBron lineups. You can't find 35 minutes where Luka and LeBron are not together.
You can rest, but think about it like this: you can rest Luka and LeBron for greater extended periods of time because you have an Austin Reeves who can control the whole system in the game by himself. He's proven that.
Yeah,
so why not have him his own lineup where he can control the pace of the game You already have Luka, LeBron starting. You can have Austin Reeves have his own thing going on the bench. He can average 20 plus off the bench easily.
In how many minutes?
As many as you want to give him. Like, and that's the thing. Just because you don't start doesn't mean you're not going to have maximum amount of minutes.
Off the bench?
Huh?
Would you give him 30 off the bench?
30 what, minutes?
Yeah.
He can have whatever amount of minutes he wants off the bench. You got to fill it game to game.
Because the problem is what you're saying with the fit. Okay, whether he starts or comes off the bench, in your scenario, you have to find minutes where Luka and LeBron are not together to play Reeves. You're saying he can only play with one of them. Because if he plays with both of them, that's 3 chasers. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying for the duration of a whole game. Ideally,
I don't think they were playing them much together
with that lineup. I'm cool with that. I'm talking about starting a game. Actually, starting a game with defense is so important. That's the point we make. Like, obviously, when you get down to closing lineups, you go. Usually, your closing lineup is the best available from that night. That's just the fact.
Exactly. Well, if you're a good coach,
you kind of fill it out. Yeah, that's how it's usually always been for us. Like, this player may not start for us, but player B had a better game than we. And he'll close, and I think that's the confusing part for some people. It's not like I'm saying Reeves just doesn't need to play any minutes with these guys.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, that might be something.
To start the game, I would rather go with a defensive-minded starting lineup to add pressure on the other end, and we can always throw in that extra offense. We can counter. Okay, if the defense is looking good or the offense is struggling, then it's okay. Boom, you can make a substitution in 2 minutes if the offense is stale and put in Reeves. I'm just saying, like, you got to play it game by game, and I think starting with defense first just makes more sense.
I mean, I guess, but like the first 5 minutes of the game.
Didn't y'all complain about y'all's defense at times?
7 minutes 5 minutes in the second quarter, the third quarter.
Okay,
5 minutes is still 5 minutes. So like, okay, you could start the game with Smart out there and play him 7 minutes, or he could come off the bench and play the 7. It's all about you know what I mean. Like, I understand that, but other than like the last 5 minutes, like,
that's the whole point of like of a substitution, bro. You see some games where somebody gets subbed out in the first 3 minutes of a game. Okay, this dude's not playing right. It's not flowing right. Go put in Reeves or go put in Smart. Like, it's in-game adjustments, but I always say, like, I would rather start the game with a lot of defense and then work my way up on offense and add the guys in. Because think about it like this. When LeBron James goes out for rest, if Luka has to get a rest, imagine, like, this is keeping in mind if we do get another wing or something like that. Imagine having the flexibility to bring in Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura playing against the other team's second unit.
But then how did you get this wing if you didn't trade one of them?
Oh, my God, bro. I'm not going through all that trade scenarios. I'm just saying, in general speaking, I would rather have that punch power coming off the bench. He's got to think about it from the other perspective, too. Austin Reeves is now playing against their second unit as a main unit guy. That's free.
True, but a lot of teams do that with guys in their starting lineup too. The Dallas Mavericks started Kyrie and Luka, but Kyrie would still play the majority of the second unit minutes. It's just how you supplement.
Yes, I get, but you're describing what they're doing with Luka and LeBron. In that case, the third person, the second fresh body as the new 1-2 in the second unit is Austin Reeves, another guy fresh, hasn't checked into the game, who's capable of getting 20 plus points.
Okay, so how many minutes are you playing? Are you playing him 30 minutes off the bench?
I don't know.
Like you said, he's getting as many minutes as he needs to. Okay, if you want to bring him off the bench, that's fine.
Hey, you can drug test me, bro. I don't take drugs. But anyways, you can go ahead and
I just saw that comment
and test it. Drug test.
I think everybody in this chat needs to be drug tested, then, brother.
We're getting too emotionally attached to our role players. Like, I love Reeves.
He's the third best player on the team. That's not a role player.
I get that. I'm just saying, if it makes sense in the moment, you can't be scared to bench guys. And that's not a diss to Reeves.
Fair, but you shouldn't predetermine a lineup where your third best player is.
We've seen it happen, though, Matt. We've seen in the playoffs. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves get attacked. We've seen the pick and rolls. I watched Austin Reeves have every single wide open shot in the playoffs, break all of them, and then not play a lick of defense.
So because of those 5 games now, Reeves is just banished.
He's always not been a great defender. I'm saying now you have options. Okay,
so you address that and you bring in Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton. Now that covers that better. Let's at least see how that goes. If it's the start of the regular season and that lineup is still getting cooked, and you say, okay,
oh my God,
Austin Reeves cannot exist in a lineup like this.
Then you people act like I'm sending somebody to Alcatraz or something, bro. Like they're still on the team. You're just coming off the bench. it's not even, and most of the time starting lineup don't even really matter. Like, I'm just talking about in general. I want to start the game with the maximum amount of defense I can get. That's my goal. When I load into it, like, and when I'm watching games, if you any Lakers fan watching this in the chat,
Jay?
every single Lakers fan watching this in the chat, we all complain about defense. Y'all really like to, what's up, Jay? Y'all really love sitting there watching Luka Doncic and Reeves get put one-on-one islands, and it's like, okay, let's get the pick and roll switch.
Jay is out here.
Come on, bro.
Jay, would you start Austin Reeves or bring him off the bench?
I would bring him off the bench. I wanted to bring him off the bench last
year. Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Since last season, he should have been coming off the bench.
Thank you. Like, y'all getting too emotional about this, even though y'all aren't. I'm just saying, like,
bro, don't yell me. Don't yell me.
I'm just saying, when you say off the bench, people act like I'm saying get him off my team. Like, I'm just saying,
you would do better getting him off the team and getting better value for him.
Oh,
get a starter for him.
Y'all don't understand. Like, why do y'all not see the value of having a guy capable of getting 20 plus points come off your bench? That's a championship
LeBron.
team.
He can get you 20 off the bench.
Who?
Bench LeBron then at that point. Bench Luka. He can get you 20 off the bench.
Dude, it's Luka and LeBron.
We gotta move on.
It's Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves. Like, what are y'all saying? Austin Reeves is not a superstar. Like, why are we acting like that? I love Austin Reeves. He's cool, but y'all are absolutely bro. Y'all must have been drinking for this podcast, bro. I'm sorry.
So Max, you're
bench them both, bro.
What's up, Dad? What's up?
Yeah, you go.
Only person coming off the bench should be Austin Reeves. LeBron and Luka are starting.
So you don't think that the Lakers could run a lineup of Luka, Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and DeAndre Ayton and be competent defensively? You don't think that's a competent defensive lineup? Maybe they're not going to be top 5 in the league in defense, but that lineup can be top half.
Like I said,
Orange Cone.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Bottom 5, they're going to be terrible in defense with that lineup.
We like to call them the Yellow Cone Mafia because they're the Lakers.
Crazy.
The Yellow Cone Mafia.
I'll say this.
So why did you get Marcus Smart?
DJ Jules.
Because
DJ
he's
Jules.
not a Yellow Cone.
Shout out to DJ Jules in the chat. Will that lineup work? Sure. But I don't even think it's the most optimal. Like, why? I don't know why people are acting like it's such a sin to bring Austin Reeves off the bench. Like, do y'all not realize that's where he started? Did y'all not realize some of the best basketball we had was him coming off the bench?
It's the start of his career. That was 6 years ago.
No, listen.
But I'm just saying.
Hold up.
So, Jordan Poole off the bench, great player. Like, we saw it. They won a lot more games with Jordan Poole off the bench. I know he ended up going to a worse team, but as a starter, it's just not the same. But Austin Reeves is very productive as a starter. He averaged 25 and 5. One of the only players in the league to average 25 and 5. I get it, but defensively, he's a liability. Austin Reeves cannot guard. LeBron tries when he wants to. Luka cannot guard. Like, Rui's solid. DeAndre Ayton is not a paint protector. He's not a defender at all, also. So, like, that lineup just would not – that's just not a good lineup. Like, I would run Luka, Marcus Smart, LeBron, Rui, Ayton, and then whoever off the bench. Reeves, Bando.
But Rui's not a good defender either. So why does the lineup work with Rui but not Austin Reeves?
I saw Rui tap into something
in
those Nuggets games. Like, and
the way
even
you talk
against,
about Austin Reeves, like,
I kind of know Randall was kind of frying him, but like Randall was in his bag that series.
Look, we're talking about we're tiering. So now we're tiering defenders, bro. If we go on the tier list defenders, all bad defenders. Meanwhile, don't get me wrong. The reason why I like Austin Reeves is, yes, he tries on defense. He's just not a good defender. D'Lo just doesn't try at all on defense. I'm not in any way or form saying that Austin Reeves is a D'Lo level defender. That's not what I'm here to say. What I'm saying is I would much rather have Marcus Smart. Look, think about it like this. I would rather have Marcus Smart on the starting line where I know he can catch and shoot threes, and he can play defense. And then Austin Reeves is a whole system by himself off the bench, capable of running the one, scoring, playmaking, balancing the whole offense.
Yes.
Do you trust Marcus Smart to get you 20 plus points off the bench?
Still stagger his minutes, even with him starting.
But what I'm saying, Max, can Marcus Smart give you 20 plus points off the bench?
No.
So you wanna bring Marcus Smart off the bench. So the time the main player, their main guard or whatever is taking their break, they've already went and scored 20 points on Austin Reeves. Then you want to bring in Marcus Smart to what? Guard their second best player?
Reeves can always, even whether Reeves starts, he can still play the second unit minutes for the most part. He can still play against the other team's second. First of all, the Lakers should never run a lineup, period, where Austin Reeves is the best player on the court. Can we agree on that? It should always be Luka and LeBron or one or the other.
But I'm saying,
Luka
yeah, in that
never
case,
sit
he
at the same
will
time.
be. But I'm saying, but you don't have to have all three of them the whole game. You can close with that, but I feel like starting with it just doesn't make sense.
Start the first 5 minutes, set the tone, pull Reeves, let Luka LeBron play a little bit, then take one of them out, put Reeves in, have him play with LeBron. Then at the start of the second quarter, Bron comes out, then it's Luka and Reeves, play that
This is
together.
giving me.
I'm gonna call you Guppy, bro.
rashes.
You weren't in the trenches when I was watching them. You weren't in the trenches when I was watching Lakers game and them calling up Austin Reeves. Oh, we'll switch that. Then he's like, "Come here." Ant's like, "Nah, bring him over here. Bring me Luka."
So the solution
And Ant's like, "Okay, bring me Austin Reeves." Oh, Bron's been out there for 25 minutes. Bring me Bron for a possession. Oh, Rui's over there too. Bring me Rui. You weren't watching that. Anthony Edwards was choosing. I'll take him this time. Bring me Luka this time. Bring me Austin Reeves. I'll take a little Austin Reeves over here. Y'all weren't watching those games.
You said the difference is size between Reeves and Rui. Reeves
He's
is
a 4-year
6'5" and average 4.5
I get
rebounds
what y'all
last
saying.
year.
I get it.
So-
He's 6'8" and
For a little context, we had somebody in the chat say you can't bring Austin Reeves off the bench at all. He's in a contract year, and you're not trying to trade him. You have to stay in his good graces if you're looking for a discount. Putting it on bench will. I disagree with this wholeheartedly. I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
You can get a player that can start. Trade him for a defensive for your starting level wing. Go trade Reeves at that point and get your starting level defensive wing that fits better.
So if he's not starting, he should be traded. That's crazy, bro.
He's too good to be benched. He's too good an NBA player.
Max, you're falling off a hill right now, brother.
So listen, I love Austin Reeves, Max. I think Austin Reeves is super good. He's not even underrated at this point. He's properly rated. He's that guy.
Fair.
But he can still come off the bench. So look, I'm not saying Bradley Beal is the same as Austin Reeves, but Bradley Beal is going to be coming off the bench, and he can score as much as all three and do everything Austin Reeves can do. He can play make, facilitate, score at will, get to the free throw line.
He's not as good a player at this point in his career as Austin Reeves.
Bro, it's a debate. But I'd still take Austin Reeves because he's younger, but Bradley Beal is not – he's not a pushover, Max.
He's not a pushover. He's still –
They're in the same – they can both come off the bench without it being a thing. Like, I don't think it's going to be a huge deal if Austin Reeves playing off the bench. The Lakers are going to be better if he's off the bench. Don't they want to win? Like, if the Lakers want to win, he's coming off the bench.
I think you're better if you want to win, Reeves needs to play 30-plus a night. If you can find him 30-plus minutes to come off the bench, fine. But if he only plays 24, 25 minutes, you're not getting his max value.
I'll say this. Do I want Austin? Once again, let me start off by saying this, because I think people are misconstruing me. I'm not JJ Redick. I'm not Rob Pelinka. I am not the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan who watched every single game. Every game. And if you don't believe me, you can go look at the playback. I watched every single game. This season, last season, the season before that, the season before that, the season before that, the season before that. I watched every single Lakers game. And the biggest struggle we had last year was defense and people calling those switches and getting, towards the end, obviously, when we got Luka and Austin Reeves, it's free money every single time. That's a fact.
Okay.
So my personal opinion, if I had the chance, I would explore, because obviously, let me put some filler words in between because people get all upset. I would explore the fact the idea of bringing Reeves off the bench to see if that benefits the team in any other way before I go back to my more comfortable and default lineup. That's just my opinion. Now, what the Lakers probably do? They'll probably start Reeves. Obviously they will. That's just what it is. But the reality of the situation, if you're a Lakers fan and you watched the games last season, you would understand how much value Austin Reeves can really bring to this team if he came off the bench easily and you substitute in a defensive guard. The timetable changed. When we lost Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic, it changed. Austin Reeves is the smallest, the baby crumbish, like the crumb version of a Luka Doncic. He's capable of scoring. He's capable of assisting. He's capable of rebounding, and he's not the best defender in the world. You don't need two of those guys starting for your team.
Okay, so
that's a fact. You have Luka now.
You can get good value then. So trade him and get someone who fits better.
I'm not the GM though. That's what I'm telling you. I'm calling it how I see it. I can't trade Reeves. So my only logical thought process is, okay, how's this work? Probably bring him off the bench.
So how good is it? So you're talking about defense. How good is the of a defensive lineup is Luka, Marcus Smart, Bron, Rui, and DeAndre Ayton? That's no better.
Still better. You said it's no better?
At that point, I just give me Reeves's, your offense is going to be astronomically better with Reeves out there versus Rui.
Wait,
the defense is astronomically better. Again, you talk about giving up size. Reeves is only 3 inches smaller than Rui, and he gets almost the same amount of rebounds per game.
My bad. Jay, what were you saying? That's my bad.
Is Austin Reeves in the door right there pointing something at you, Max?
Wait, hold on. Jay, what was you saying?
Can you guys hear me? I'm kind of breaking up. But
sorry, go ahead.
So, Max, you really think that it wouldn't be a significant difference? Like, instead of giving up 115, they could probably give up like 110. That 5 points is a lot.
Yeah, and with Reeves in the lineup, instead of scoring 110, they're scoring 118. It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
So him coming off the bench and finishing games it's still gonna benefit because you're getting more stops, having him off the court, start the game. Then he's giving you that punch because Marcus Smart is not giving you no punch off the bench. They need.
So start them together. Now it's not even. I'm not at this point. I'm not even arguing. Reeves are smart. I'm arguing Reeves over Rui Hachimura.
Max, we're going in a circle. We gotta go. We gotta move on.
I like this.
We're going in a circle, man.
Wait, Jay's talking.
In the NBA Finals showed us this year, OKC had some punch off the bench. Pacers had punch off the bench. You have to have punch off the bench. You start Marcus Smart and bench Reeves. Reeves is going to be probably the best bench player in the entire NBA.
Who was OKC's best bench player? Alex Caruso, the defensive guard who didn't start.
But OKC can play defense.
But the difference is they have a whole defensive starting lineup.
Y'all, the chat is saying we gotta move on. Move on.
Look,
all right, what's the next? Let's close this up. We gotta go on to the next thing. We gotta close it.
I'll close it. The point of the story here is everyone has opinions, but mine just matters more. We both.
No. Okay.
Everyone has opinions.
All right. Next thing on the board, Max. What we got?
Let's go ahead. Let's transition over because that's about all the most relevant NBA news that we got. Let's go ahead and transition over to the WNBA. I know we don't talk a lot of WNBA on this podcast.
There's a lot to talk about here.
But the WNBA did just they've been in headlines for a little bit now. There's been discussions about over the last couple of years as the league has grown about player wages, paying players, contracts, how much they should be getting. And just a couple days ago at the WNBA All-Star Game, I believe it was everyone who played, or all the players came out in shirts that said, pay us what we're worth. Right? Or something to that extent. I don't know the exact word. I forget the exact word. But pay us what we're worth. Clearly, the WNBA players taking a stand saying they deserve better wages with how much the league has grown exponentially in the last 2 years. What do y'all think about how this is going down? Do you think A, it should happen? B, is it going to happen? Where do you stand on this issue, and how do you see this being resolved over the next few years? Because at this point, it's too big of an issue, I think, for the WNBA to ignore.
So I'll go first because my phone is low-key about to die. But
Go ahead, Jay.
I definitely think they should be paying more, but I don't think it's going to happen because they lose money every single year. They're losing 30 to 40 million every single year. Like, the game is growing, obviously. They're getting more attention, social media and all that, like the Angel Reese talk, the Caitlin Clark talk. The game is obviously growing, like in the college basketball women's, got Juju Smith coming up, the South Carolina girls, UConn. Like, the game is growing, but they're not getting the views. Like, none of that, none of the social media shit matters if you're not getting any viewership. And that is how the NBA, that's why they're able to keep increasing salary and paying their guys, because the game is growing and more eyes are watching the NBA. More eyes are not watching WNBA. Like, they'll go to YouTube and watch highlights, but are people actually watching the games live? And to be honest, they're just not. So I don't see the increase happening. And if it is, it won't be significant. But I do think they deserve it, man, because, like, the game is way more popular than it was even 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Like, the game is growing so much. I do feel bad that they are making significantly less. But I don't know, man. I don't see it happening. And they're even trying to expand. They just had a meeting during All-Star break of adding 2 more expansion teams. How are you going to bring more teams in and you're not even increasing wages? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know if you guys seen it. They're trying to bring in a Canadian team ran by Drake, Serena Williams, that group, and then another team. 2 more teams, definitely. Detroit team. Because I remember Sophie Cunningham on Indiana Fever was like, who would want to go to Detroit to watch teams play? Even their own players are saying things like, who would go watch them play in Detroit? Like, why are you trying to expand the league and you're not even trying to pay the players more? Because if you bring more teams in, it means more money has to go out to the players. How are gonna? I don't understand what they're doing. I don't think it happens though. To conclude that, I don't see it happening.
All right, Jay, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We know you're kind of busy at the moment. We appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man.
I'm
here on vacay, gang. You feel me? I'm here living.
Enjoy your time, man.
Enjoy your time, brother.
I'm at like 22%. I'm mistaken. I want to hear what you actually have to say about this. I want to listen.
Okay, so I'll pick up where you left off, but basically, I kind of agree. I really do think the women do deserve more. I think it's something very important that we have to do. However, I do have to agree with Jay. There's not a lot of money going into the WNBA right now, and it's an unfortunate thing because we see the popularity rising year by year. We see people talking about it more on mainstream media and being more main about it. So, with that being said, I would love to see a world where WNBA players are getting the same amount of percentages off their commissions for the for their own product, obviously, because WNBA players get about 50%, if I'm not mistaken. And it seems like I would love to see something like that happen. But unfortunately, with again what Jay said, it's hard to see happen, at least right now. I want to see a world where the WNBA is a lot more popular than what it is now. I have to agree with the comment because I have to disagree with the comment because the women are crawling as we speak. They just have to start walking a little bit more, and they have to get used to walking a little bit before they step up and make that. Because while I understand and think they fully deserve it, the NBA didn't make money back in the 1990s, but we're still paying guys like what, 30K? Not even for a full year. Not in the 90s, something even less than that.
So, no, it was more than that in the 90s. Omar. You're talking about the 60s and the 70s.
I'm talking about the beginning. My bad. I didn't mean the 90s. I'm talking about way before, like the first era of basketball.
After Bird, Magic, came along, the players got paid.
Yes. So the women are kind of in their Magic versus era Bird now. I kind of agree with that kind of narrative. But
okay.
Let me know what else you guys think. And by the way, Jay, my bad. I had to mute you, bro. I had to lock in on what I wanted to say. You good, bro?
Yeah, I feel like I got a completely different take. You want to go first, Max?
No, you got this.
Okay. First of all, I think the WNBA players are extremely smart for trying to make this stand now. Because if you guys haven't been paying attention, one of the biggest media outlets in the new WNBA deal is with Amazon. And that new media partnership is worth over $2.2 billion and just over $200 million per year. So if I'm looking at those numbers and those metrics, I have to start putting attention into this situation about pay discrepancy before we get to that point of 2026, right? So obviously I agree with you guys as well as far as the fact of you have to still turn a profit. They're losing about $50 million per season. But, and there's a big pause here, I think it's starting to almost change directions as far as like popularity. We have a lot of great young women's basketball players. There's a lot of great WNBA games that are always happening now. I just think that they have to come up with a logical plan that makes sense on why we should get this increase. Like, I hate to even say this, that I agree with Draymond Green. I seen him on a podcast. He said, he was basically saying like, it's good to fight for what you're owed. He agrees. But you also have to come up with a logical plan to tell these people, like, hey, this is what we can do here, 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 and here to help increase not only viewership, popularity, and try to help turn a profit, and why getting this increase here helps the beneficial fact of the whole league. Because at the same time, either way, like if they get that increase and they're not turning a profit, that's just losing more money for the league and potentially puts it in risk for the league to go not out of business. I think they're far, far away from that. But I just think it starts with coming up with a logical plan to get things happen. So I'm on the side of like, hey, it's about time. Like, I think it's kind of crazy that Caitlin Clark's of the world, the Angel Reeves of the world, making $80K a year, which is not bad, obviously. But like in the grand scheme of sports, like we look at the sports world, we're talking about like hundreds of thousands of dollars floor wise to millions and tens of millions and $300 million deals across the NBA. Like I'm pretty sure like that type of J-Dub contract is probably well more than any like the total amount of WNBA player salary, and that's like looking at outside in, like, okay, we play basketball, they play basketball, obviously different style. But like for the most part, what I've seen too is they're not necessarily asking for like this huge thing. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I heard them talk about it. I think they make 9% of the total 100% accumulated salary for the WNBA. Yeah, the profit margins. They're just asking for better profit margins than 9%, right? Out of a whole 100, that's kind of crazy. When you look at it, regardless, obviously you're losing money. I get that. But 9% is absolutely crazy. And I think it's something about like their jersey sales, something like that. I don't know how much they make off of those as well. I'm pretty sure it's low if it's anything. That's a big thing, especially when you have the popularity rising of WNBA players and specific players as well. It's just, to me, I think it's a good time to bring these things up before the media deal kicks in 2026. So for me, I think it's about coming up with a logical plan on how this works for the league to grow it, and while at the same time, like, help the WNBA players get it back. Because what people don't realize is, like, they have to play WNBA, and then they have to go play overseas as well to kind of make enough money to make this, like, their living. Some areas, I mean, $80,000. I mean, you live in high places like New York, California, taxes are going to eat that out. Crazy. Just saying.
Yeah.
How much does an apartment cost out there in New York and Jersey?
I mean, dude, it's crazy over here.
Yeah.
It's crazy, absolutely.
Like, people
I mean,
gotta
we're
make
in
a
like a
living,
rent. They're in a rent crisis in New York City. It's actually
and then add to that
insane.
point too, Omar. Like, rent crisis, you gotta pay a whole bunch of money, and on top of that, you're somewhat of a celebrity. Like, no matter how much people want to make fun of WNBA players, which they shouldn't. Like, you want to live in a safe area.
I have it on record that there's channels that players tend to use to not get superstar rates, if that makes sense.
Well,
there's channels for that.
But
because it's a thing and it's ridiculous. But
yeah, and you want to live in a house. Like, you know, like I'm living it, like I'm on the top 1% of the world, because it's way harder to make it to the WNBA than the NBA. As far as the league is a lot smaller. People get cut every single year. Even if you get drafted, we see draft picks get cut same week after they just completed their dream. They get cut because there's not enough space. Shout out to the expansion coming. But like, it's real. And on top of that, your money's not even guaranteed. So like, making the dream is like 2% of it for them. They still have to try to make a living. Now, shout out to media now, because media and all these companies, State Farm, shout out to them, Nike, Adidas, Reebok, for signing some of these women's athletes. Great job on their part. But imagine on top of that, because you got to think, NBA players, they got their sponsorship money. Most of them live off of that.
Yeah.
Most of them don't even touch
them, bro.
Like, if y'all heard the Jason Tatum story, he hasn't touched any of the money he's made from his contracts. He lives solely off of endorsements.
Yeah.
Smart
so
man.
That's all I have. I think it's smart for them to go after it right now.
Wow.
I'm going to say that it is time that these players, these women, get paid more, because in the last couple of years, it is undeniable that the league has grown. I mean, maybe exponentially is the wrong word, but compared to where they were 5 years ago, even 3 years ago, the WNBA is so much farther along. I mean, like Earl said, you know, I think Omar, all you guys have said it. They're getting covered now way more. Mainstream media covers them way more. Their stars now, in terms of being a household name, their top players are way bigger household names than they were years ago. The money coming in from endorsements, way more than it was a year ago. The WNBA now is more relevant in the U.S. and even just the international, I would say, sports landscape than it has ever been. So I think with that, it is time to pay these players more. tough, like you said, when you're still losing money every year, it's tough to do that. So I would feel a little bit more sympathy for the front office and the league office if they weren't also then turning around and now expanding the league with all these expansion teams. They just brought in 2 this year. They're bringing in 2 more. I'm questioning why that money is not going to the players. Why are we not addressing the players who are currently in the league getting paid? Instead, now we're opening up the league to more teams, which is going to dilute the total salaries. It's going to dilute the contracts even more because now there's more women that they have to pay. Why is this money going towards putting new franchises in when you're not even paying the players on the existing franchises? So I totally understand what WNBA players are coming with that. When they see these new teams coming along and they're saying, whoa, that's what we're taking care of. Like, that's where this new money is going, not to us. They totally have a case there. And I think they're totally right to stand up for that and want more and demand better from the front office. However, I am also going to say, I think what they did and what their demand for better contracts, better wages, on some of their parts, and this doesn't apply to everyone in the WNBA, but on a lot of their parts, it is hypocritical. Because what is the reason why the WNBA now is making exponentially more money and exponentially better wages, or seeing way better median numbers than the year before? Hang on. I'm going to give you all 5 seconds to figure that out.
Jay, you had something to say maybe, brother?
I'm going to say...
Wait, let Jay speak.
Something.
Okay. I could not hear you there. But, Earl, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead, man.
The reason why the WNBA now, if we're just being honest, is so much more popular and has this growth is Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, almost by herself, I'm not going to say exclusive, but almost by herself, she is by far the biggest draw in the NBA, or the WNBA. She is the Michael Jordan of this league. She is the Magic Johnson and the Larry Bird of this league. If you need any evidence of that, look at the numbers. When Caitlin Clark missed 5 straight games, or I think 5 or 6 games a couple weeks ago to a groin injury, the WNBA national televised ratings, not Indiana Fever national televised ratings, the WNBA national TV ratings dropped by 55% when Caitlin Clark was out. Not Fever ratings, WNBA ratings. Over half when Caitlin Clark is injured. You look at the All-Star game they just played that Caitlin Clark didn't play. 36% drop from last year when she played. Still the second most viewed All-Star game of all time, granted, but 1 year with Caitlin Clark, next year without Caitlin Clark. Over a third of the audience dropped. If we're being totally honest, Caitlin Clark has so much pull in the WNBA. More than any she is more important to the WNBA than any other athlete is to any sports league in the world. I think that's fair to say. No other sporting organization in the world is so reliant on one athlete, one superstar, one household name. And the way that a lot of these people, these players, not all of them, a lot of them treat Caitlin Clark, the jealousy they've shown towards her, the aggression they've shown towards her on the court and off the court, the way they talk about her, does not scream to me. It's not greed, because Caitlin Clark is making them a lot of money. If they do get a raise in salaries, that's the Caitlin Clark effect. They should be grateful for Caitlin Clark being in this league and bringing the attention to them, because these players were never getting attention before this. If these players are going to sit here and demand a bigger salary, which I think they have the right to do, I think they also have to then show appreciation to Caitlin Clark and what she is doing, because they would not be in this position without her. That's just the truth. And we've seen it. Take Caitlin out the WNBA, things go right back down. So I think before it's pretty hypocritical. And again, some of the WNBA players have welcomed Caitlin with open arms, talked about how great she is, talked about what she's doing for the league to promote it. A rising tide raises all ships. Some players have done that, and to them, credit to them. But there's a lot of players who haven't. There's a lot of players who aren't happy with Caitlin for no reason other than, I don't know, jealousy. They wish it was them. I'm not sure. But in my opinion, if you're going to ask for these increased wages, it seems hypocritical to me to do that, but at the same time, say we don't need Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's not right for this league. She's stealing the spotlight. She's doing all this. She's doing all that.
I want to slightly disagree.
I think that's very hypocritical.
Yeah,
I'm gonna slightly disagree here, because while I agree, I think I know why the WNBA players don't like Caitlin Clark, but I'm not gonna say that right now.
No, you can say it. Go ahead and say
it. I don't want to, but I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
But in the same respect, I understand what you mean.
I think you said a lot of good. I agree. I think Caitlin Clark brings a lot to why people are watching the WNBA. Like, as far as like her popularity, you can't deny that. I agree. Like, she definitely has that. But
by the way, it's only she's good, right? It's only because she's good. She's great at basketball, and she's she's one of the best shooters.
The personality side of things
for the league. She's been nothing.
But I'm saying, I think the personality side of the things, especially on the court, rubs some players and people the wrong way. And I think it's a case of like, I don't even know how to explain it. I guess I can use the case special treatment. Like, if you actually watch a game and you see, which obviously comes with it, you know what? You're the face of the league, whatever. There's some moments where she definitely gets like more graces in the media than other people for doing the same exact things. Like,
she definitely doesn't get the same calls as everyone else. She gets way worse calls than anyone else.
Have you watched it?
I've watched a lot of games.
How many games have you watched?
Players are allowed to be a lot more physical with her than anyone else.
I have recently seen a lot of things where they are kind of
look. I'll say yes.
I know those moments. That's a basketball.
They're moments.
Yeah, but that's not every. I think we're getting into a side. We're getting into a side that just doesn't matter in the context of the conversation. By the way.
Wait, do you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I hear you now.
You're on like 140 people. We hear you.
Max, you were cooking until the Caitlin Clark part. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I understand.
You lost the plot a little bit.
She brings a lot of attention to the game. She is the attention of the game. Like, all the numbers that you said, facts. Like, this is sad truth. She is the viewership. They are coming to see her, whatever the case may be. But to say that the player should be thanking her and all that other shit, that is never going to happen. Like, they are not going to.
I think it should.
The WNBA was there before her. Like, I know they want that increase, and it starts because of her. She has brought the wave of more viewership. But like Max, there is a lot of girls in college basketball who are Juju Watkins, Michaela Fulawiley. Like, Max, you got to be tapped in to know there's some girls in the W who are going to be on the same level as Caitlin Clark. Like, I'm not going to say they're going to beat her because, like I said, she's the legend. She's the Larry Bird. She's the Magic Johnson. She's the beginning of it. There are girls who are going to be better than her. So I wouldn't say as far as, like, these girls should be thanking her or they should be. No, that's not going to happen, bro. Like, because when Juju comes in, that shit's going up too when Juju comes in. Michaela Fulawiley was the female Kyrie Irving. This girl, Michaela Fulawiley, who just left
the same
USC,
person y'all talking about, like, is okay, yeah.
This girl is the female Kyrie Irving, one of the greatest I've ever seen. When she comes in, shit's going up too. So like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, like I think you went a little too far on that part, but you're spitting facts though.
I feel like you just got lost in the Caitlin Clark hypha thing, and I think that's what the media does. Like, you can praise the league without saying, hey, everybody thank me, I'm Caitlin Clark.
But she doesn't.
That's why you're getting this money.
That. That's not her thing.
I'm just saying, like, in general, I will say there's moments where it's like, okay, I don't know how to explain it.
Jay, let me ask you this, Jay. You name those two girls coming up through college.
Yeah.
Could you name any other female women's college basketball athletes before these two? Before Caitlin Clark came to women's college basketball?
That in terms of like stardom, it was only like Aaliyah Boston, but she was a post player. Wasn't really talked about.
I don't think Aaliyah Boston was not a household name when she was in college. She was very good. Yeah, and this is not the argument Caitlin Clark is better.
Tapped into, you're right. But
what do you mean by
basketball, you know about Aaliyah Boston. You know about Paige.
Like, if you watch college back, I don't think you understand. Women's college basketball is a whole thing.
It's way
bigger.
Like,
it's huge. It's bigger. At times, you can almost say it's bigger than WNBA. At times, it was.
It is bigger than.
Fair. Okay, fair.
And there's another reason.
You can't go around the street saying that, Max. Respectfully.
Yeah,
but in terms of the WNBA, it's night and day. Pre-Caitlin Clark.
I would even say Paige Beckers is up there with me.
Yes, and listen real quick. And another reason why I understand why they're asking for the pay increase. These girls are in college making millions of dollars.
Yep.
Per semester,
Yep.
And then to go from that, Angel Reese went from making $5 million
Flage,
NIL deals, Flage making $2+ million, Caitlin Clark making however many million, to $80K a year is fucking egregious. Like, I understand why they're saying what they're saying, but college basketball is so much money in college because they're going to schools like Georgia, UConn, schools that have been big forever before we were even alive. These schools have been making this money.
And I think that the WNBA players should, like I said, I believe they should get a pay increase. I think it's time. I totally agree with that.
The only thing I disagree on you, Max, you're spitting heat, Max. But to be like, you got to thank her and all that, that's like, whoa. Like, let's chill.
We got to relax.
They got to at least treat her better than they do right now, because a lot of the players just don't like her. They just they should be welcoming her with open arms.
That shit Kelsey Plum just did in that interview where they were like, where she was like, yeah, we had the players meeting before the game, but I want to be a tattletale, but Team Kelly and Clark didn't show up. Like, what the fuck was the point of saying that? Like, why
that was bad. I agree.
Like, there is some Caitlin Clark haters in the league. I see it too, Max. There are some haters in there, but imagine, Max, you grind so hard to get into the league, like Earl said. The percent against the WNBA. Even when you're drafted, we just seen Alyssa Peely. I don't even know if you guys know her. The big girl, Hawaiian girl, 8th pick, was cut after 2-3 weeks. Was cut, bro.
Yep. It's tough. It's extremely hard.
College basketball. Yeah. So listen, my point is though, these girls grind their whole lives to get to this moment. For them to grind their whole life, get to this moment, and be like, "Oh, we're gonna thank this girl for getting this pay increase." They're not doing that. It's not gonna happen. I understand why they dislike her, and I understand it, but it's not cool to hate. I'm not making it say it's not cool to hate. It's cool to hate, but like I understand why they feel a certain way because they grinded and worked just as hard as her. Like they worked as hard as this girl to get to this spot. She's ended up being a better transcending player. I understand, and you feel me. I don't want to go there, but the color of skin matters too. Like she's a transcending white player. Like she's a transcending white player.
Yep.
Does not happen a lot. Asia Wilson, her ass is still better than Caitlin Clark as we speak. Nafessa Collier is going to be the MVP. It's still better than Caitlin Clark as we speak.
Easily.
So that's why I want to pump the brakes on to thank her. But everything
and I'm just saying, like, and like you said, it's not like I'll say this. I'll piggyback off of that. Like Caitlin Clark, great player. I agree with that. I think she's going to have a tremendous career. She's opened a lot of doors as far as like the media world for a lot of these people. But so have other NBA players as well, or I should say, WNBA players as well, who transition into this league, and they get a lot of hate as well. Shout out to Angel Reese of the world. We see Angel Reese hated at a crazy, extremely high rate. Like she can miss one shot and they'll turn into an edit. But if you watch the game, she has 21 and 18. Nobody talks about that. They're just gonna talk about the me bounds and missed shots and stuff like that.
The me bounds.
But my question,
I love that term, the me bounds.
Yeah, I'm glad she franchised that. That was pretty smart.
My question to that is, and like Jay said, to a degree, yes, there is going to be jealousy there. Like when you see, like, you know, why not me? Like I grinded just as hard. I'm in this league too. I get that. But at the same time, we say you grind so hard to make your dream a reality. Because of Caitlin Clark, way more people are taking notice of these other players. Like Asia Wilson has become a lot bigger in the last 2 years. A lot bigger household name. Nafessa Collier, way bigger household name. Sabrina Ionescu.
They've been household names before Caitlin Clark.
3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Caitlin Clark,
Yes.
I feel like allow me to say one thing. I really tried to take a back seat because I wanted
3-point contest 3-4 years ago.
I wanted to hear what Jay had to say there, but
so you're saying she got into 3-point contest because of Caitlin Clark?
I think the attention that Caitlin Clark brings to women's basketball rises all of them.
Stop. Max, I'm saving you. Stop. Max, I'm saving you. Stop.
More exposure.
Max, you're turning.
Max, I'm saving you. Stop.
No, I'll stand on this.
No, look, we'll get off. I'm telling you to get off.
I have to.
You can stand on it. I'm pushing you out.
On this whole Caitlin Clark. On this whole Caitlin Clark thing,
she was some.
All right.
And like I said, these players are all very talented in their own right. And they have. I'm not saying Caitlin Clark's the best player in the WNBA.
Max,
I agree.
You're glorifying Caitlin Clark. First of all, shout out to Clark. I'm not here to tear down any player or whatever.
And shout out Asia Wilson. I'm not here to tear them down either.
She is far from the best player in the WNBA right now. Far from it.
Asia Wilson is better. 100%.
Easily. That's not even a question. Bro, Caitlin Clark.
Three-time MVP.
Do you know what Caitlin Clark averages right now? What's Caitlin Clark's splits right now?
Probably about like 19, 7, and 6.
Not even close. She averages 16 points per game, 5 rebounds, 8 assists.
Okay, I wasn't that far off, but like, yeah.
Shooting 27% from 3.
Not the best player. I agree.
All I have to say is I kind of agree with both sides here. I see everything that's been going on with the WNBA, and I really kind of decide not to respond to it. I was raised by women, my sisters, and my mother, so I really like to keep my peace with it. But what I have to say is, Max, you were cooking until that last part.
Yeah, you
but,
really.
I know.
Hold on, let me finish. I agree with you to a certain extent. I agree with you to the point where they shouldn't be like getting on her and all that shit. But let's not take that step and say let's go thank her, because in all reality she didn't do much. She came to the NBA. She was hyped up from college.
She was,
but who else was hyped up from? Who else was hyped up from high school? Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. These people have all created hype for the NBA.
True, but what was the end?
But they never go ahead and say, "Oh, LeBron is the reason the NBA is popular today." They never say that.
That was Bird and Magic.
They say that with Magic and Bird, but they also look at the greats before them, and they can say that.
You know who was better ranked than Caitlin Clark in high school and all that?
That's why we look at Jerry West.
You know who's still the better player right now? Paige Beckers.
Okay, I see that.
Anyways,
but my point is that we can talk about better players and ranked prospect totally, but who had the impact for one reason or another? Who had the biggest impact? I just don't see.
I don't think it was Caitlin Clark.
How it is fair for the and again, this is not all of them. There are plenty of players who appreciate Kate. I'm not saying they gotta go grovel to her, no, but just appreciate her. Appreciate what she is doing and the spotlight that she is shining on the whole league. All these players. The reason the WNBA has gotten 4 new franchises because they have a way bigger spotlight on them. And Caitlin Clark is most of that spotlight.
No, it's not. You think they haven't been, Max? You do realize that team development
he ignored it.
At least like 3 to 5 years to
this
develop.
Is not about who's better. This is not me making a saying about who's
It's not team development. It's
all I'm saying is this, Max.
Organizations, they have to be formed.
Look, I'll say this.
It's
not like, bro, you got to realize the media tends to over-exaggerate a lot, right? I know exactly what you're talking about. You're probably talking about that whole debacle with the Connecticut Suns and that whole fight and stuff like that.
That's one of it, but there's other examples.
One of it.
That's one of it.
Other examples of you can't play physical defense. When are we not seeing physical? I just seen a situation a couple weeks ago where Angel Reese got into it by a vet because they were messing with her pretty much the whole game. Like, it goes around the league. There's a lot of players who potentially are making a lot more money off of endorsements, stuff like that. You can say that is maybe targeted by WNBA vets and stuff like that, which I don't get that.
And I don't get that because those star players, even a side game, those star players are elevating the league. Like, they're putting you on a spotlight.
So you think, okay, let me ask you this question. If I'm playing against you, I'm supposed to take it easy?
No,
I'm supposed to let you just get a bucket.
What are some of these? Listen to some of these comments these players have made about Kate. Like, we don't need you. We don't want you. You're not.
Who said that?
This league doesn't start with you. Okay, then lose 50% of your ratings.
Tell me the players who said that.
It's not Caitlin Clark, bro.
Tell me the players who said that, Max.
WNBA right now, they would.
But I'm saying, tell me exactly the players who said that.
Brother,
give me a second. Y'all can talk. Give me a second.
I don't even think the percentage.
Give me the exact players' names, and I'll tell you if they've been like that towards people. I'll tell you if they're bully ball people towards WNBA
Max,
in general.
You're picking a fight you can't win. I hope you know this.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this: in every league, there's haters. That's every league. You think people are like, "Oh, thank you so much, dear Michael-ish Jordan, for elevating our league. Thank you so much for allowing
us to do that, but you don't gotta be hating.
Nobody's doing that. That's
actually, one person is doing that. One person is doing that. His name is Stephen A. Smith.
Okay, well, that's different. We're talking about player to player, bro.
I know.
Like, it's not like, and you don't do that when you're in the heat of a league. Everything is competitive. Like, it's almost like people want them to. You know what it is too? Like, fans want to see the deep three. And people are mad that she's getting face guard. If the whole league knows you're known for making and taking tough threes, I'm going to guard you the best I can. What does it look like if I can guard the best player, the supposed best player in the league? How does that make my resume look? I'm going to guard you up and I'm going to play as hard as I can to get better. Like, that's what it is. You think they're going to go easy and not guard up and not play a little bit physicality?
I'll put up another example. I'll put up another example because I think this actually relates to the Warriors. The Warriors later on are probably going to be looked at down in history and think, damn, they probably had the hardest road to each and every single one of the finals that they won.
What does that have to do with anything?
People were saying
one example I can really think of that was just out of pocket.
Hold on.
Before she got drafted. I think it was either Sue Bird or someone like that. They were on TV talking about Caitlin Clark. That's the only like major thing I was like, okay, that's just out of the pocket, ridiculous to say. That's probably the biggest one. I'm like, okay, that was just straight up hating. As a vet in the league, that's the one I'm like, okay, that's pretty crazy.
I have another one. Here we go. Do you guys know who Nancy Lieberman is? Do you know who Nancy Lieberman is?
Nancy Lieberman, what team?
She's a retired player now. She's now on TV, but she played before Caitlin Clark, so I guess.
Okay.
People didn't know her back then, but they know, whatever. She said she's now on TV, I believe. She said in a quote, Lieberman admitted that, Lieberman was furious that Caitlin Clark came in 9th place among player rankings for All-Star Game. That's its own thing. I'm not, I'm just giving context here. She said
she wasn't an All-Star.
She said Lieberman admitted that other WNBA stars like Angel Reese, Paige Becker, Sabrina Ionescu are incredibly talented in their own right. However, Lieberman still believes that it is time for the WNBA's biggest stars to celebrate each other instead of acting like enemies. If she, Caitlin Clark, happens to be the cash cow right now, embrace it, Lieberman argued. Don't be petty. She's the best guard in the league right now. Her numbers have proven it. We can argue about the number thing.
But where's the quote about somebody saying something bad about her? That's just a WNBA.
But that's in response to everything that's been said about her.
But I'm saying that doesn't answer your question. You named out specific things that were said, and you didn't bring up receipts. All you did was bring up somebody saying we should respect Caitlin Clark, which is not a bad quote. I mean, it's the truth. Like, there's a way to be like embrace it in the media. I guess it's cool, but you don't have to sit there and glaze.
I do think
I'm talking about specific examples.
Can we agree that the WNBA community, I feel like, needs to embrace Caitlin Clark a little bit more? Because I feel like while yes, she's doing really well and doing great things for the league, it just seems like the WNBA community is down on her.
What community? Like what community?
Like players. Can we agree to that? Because I feel like
I'm not agreeing to that.
I feel like that rests.
That's all I'm saying.
There is some.
Bro.
We can't disagree that there isn't some, because there's obviously people in the league that don't like her.
Every player has that. Like, not every player is going to be buddy with you.
Yeah, but not every player is getting treated like Caitlin Clark.
How many players don't? No.
Every player is Caitlin Clark.
Come out. How many times have we seen Dylan Brooks randomly? I'll bring up Dylan Brooks, LeBron James.
How many times have we said that Dylan Brooks is like just an aggressive
one-sided thing with LeBron James, where he just doesn't like him. He talks crazy about him before games, after games. Oh, he's not that good. He's just an old man. You think Bron's crying about it? You think Bron's asking for praise? Like, what are we talking about? Like, nobody in the league is just everyone's. There's not this fairy tale world where everybody's buddy with everybody. I don't know where this is coming from.
That's not what we're explaining, but it just seems like every other game there is a problem with somebody with Caitlin Clark.
Didn't we just have an NBA poll where they voted most overrated players?
I actually didn't see that.
This is not. We're not talking about it.
When did we talk about
Tyrese Halliburton, most overrated player in the NBA?
I thought you said WNBA. That's on me.
Made by NBA players.
You said NBA. I thought you said WNBA. That's
no, I'm sorry. That's petty. That's what I describe as petty. What are we talking about? We have people in interviews calling out top players in the league.
That shit would have been so funny if Tyrese won the finals.
That's in the NBA. That's a part of the game.
So
there's
Earl,
no exception.
You would say that the WNBA players, by and large, have been open and receptive and welcome Caitlin Clark to the league with open arms.
Nobody gets open arm treatments as a star player. Nobody.
So when they're
let's define this, because
you don't need her.
Let's define this, because I consider.
Who said that, Max?
Let me clear up something. Let me clear up something, because I feel like our definition is getting a little bit skewed here, because I think Bron, Melo, Wade.
But
I think there was one person.
Omar, time out.
Hold on. There was. Let me finish. Let me finish.
The NBA was a made league by the time LeBron entered it.
But I'm saying
far from that.
But I'm saying,
do you want to talk about people
everybody was
what happened in the
whole? What happened when people were up and down in the newspapers saying that LeBron, maybe his teammates, his people that were. I'm sorry, I may get the information wrong, but the people that drafted him, or like the players on the team, said that he wasn't a starter until he got there and proved it.
When he got there,
and that serves to Caitlin Clark too. Earl, it's not about sunshine and rainbows. It serves to Caitlin Clark too, because
starts putting up 40 points a game.
There was only one or two people that said that about Braun. There wasn't the whole league saying that about Braun.
That's not true. A lot of people in the league were saying that.
I don't say that
easily. And you want to take this all the way to the back?
WNBA from down here to up here.
That's not what happened.
Nobody has done that.
Champions of the world.
That for the NBA.
We can bring the same example for the You want to talk about NBA before racism and stuff, where there was black athletes out there playing and nobody liked them, but they were the people bringing attention. People were still coming to watch them play, and they were getting hate. That's hate. I'm just saying that's literally hate by players and everything. What is that? But I'm saying, like, there's always. But my point is this, Max. There is always going to be people who just don't like you. It's not everybody's not going to be like,
what has she done?
Gracious Caitlin Clark.
But it's not the players.
Caitlin Clark has never come out here.
But it's also not the players. It's fans.
She's never said that.
It's analysts and fans that are like, oh, I don't like this person.
Attention of being that. Then why did? Okay, if she said that, then why do y'all care? If she hasn't said she wants that, then why do y'all care for her to have it?
Because to loop this all back to where this started, the WNBA player demonstration at the All-Star game with the shirts, I agree it is time for them to get paid. However, a lot of them need to take a look in the mirror and realize that a lot of the reason why they're even in this position is because of Caitlin Clark. So at the very least, could you not blindside hit her? Could you not belittle her in the media? Could you just say she's a great player? I'm thankful for what she's doing for the league.
No. Thankful. No, stop it. Stop it with the thankful stuff. Stop it.
We can't be thankful.
No, we can't be, because that league has been being built since before Caitlin Clark.
Where was it?
That's the sentiment. That's the sentiment that's pissing WNBA players off, bro. Is that what you're understanding? That's the sentiment that is pissing the WNBA players off.
Look, I'll say this, Max. You don't watch the WNBA. You didn't even know.
I watch every game Caitlin Clark plays.
Then how'd you not know? You said she was averaging 19 points a game.
She's averaging 16. Okay, a little over. I didn't say
she's
25.
nowhere near being a top player in the WNBA. She's far from it. 27%
this year she's had a down year. Yeah, last year she was arguably top 5. I mean, you're the one bringing up the stats. She was breaking records left and right last year. She's been injured this year. Okay, she's had a down year. I don't know what that has to do with what I'm saying, but okay, sure.
I'm just saying you're acting like
on the court.
Why should she get praised? Like, I get what you're saying. Like, nobody's going out here out of their way to go praise Caitlin Clark, and they shouldn't have to.
Well, okay, but they're going out of their way to hate on her.
Bro, you're a Hall of Fame Caitlin Clark fan club media watcher, and I learned that today.
Look,
you're the one who
Asia Wilson missed in the media. Asia Wilson missed 5 games. Would the total league viewership on national games drop 55%? If Asia Wilson missed the All-Star game, would it drop 36%? Answer that. No.
I don't think Caitlin Clark would either, but that's the point. We don't think Caitlin Clark would do that either. That's our entire point. No, she didn't.
I'm reading you stats.
Where are the stats? Display it.
Give me a sec. How do I do this? Stream. Share screen, WNBA, boom.
Who is Nelson?
According to Nielsen.
The Nielsen TV ratings.
Nielsen TV.
Yeah. Nielsen TV?
That's who.
It's all the TVs. It's kind of
the
like
service that
thing.
Tracks TV numbers and viewership, Earl.
Okay, that's why I asked.
Who's Nielsen? Oh my gosh.
Well, it wasn't all that.
I can also get the All-Star game stats.
The All-Star game was just bad in general.
Oh, 36% bad? Because Clayton didn't play.
Bro, there was other people who didn't play that game either.
Like, okay, maybe without
Max,
that.
you're part of the percentage of WNBA viewers who just don't know anything about the WNBA at all and only
Can we not say that? Let's chill.
You think there's nothing?
Let's calm down.
You think that WNBA started with Caitlin Clark?
No, it didn't start. But in terms of its presence in the national media and its relevance, it did.
No. Did it increase a lot? Yes, but it did not start because of Caitlin Clark. That's such a dumb and lazy take. I'm sorry.
The two most viewed All-Star games in WNBA history have been the last 2 years since Caitlin Clark came in the league. Two most viewed All-Star games. The WNBA, the money that they're bringing in now, the ratings. When did you ever see a WNBA game on ABC on prime time? Has that ever happened before Caitlin Clark?
Bro, yes.
No.
Yes.
When would you ever turn on ABC and see a WNBA game? Never.
You can turn on ABC and watch a WNBA game.
All right, I'll look this up too. I'll fact check this too. Number of WNBA nationally televised games by year.
You guys can carry this for now. Just be right back.
Why don't you? I have a suggestion. Why don't you write a paper about why everyone in the WNBA? Why don't you write a paper about why everyone in the WNBA should personally thank Caitlin Clark, buy her flowers, and praise her for them getting a pay raise?
We're not asking.
In 1,000 words.
Nobody's asking for that. I'm just saying, don't come out here like an enemy.
You literally just asked for that.
I'm not saying they got it right.
Yeah, write an article and we will post. You know what? You write the article and we will post it for you on the official website so everyone can read it.
What official website? The Playback.
Yeah, we have people who write articles for us. You can write one and we'll post it on there for you.
Let me cook. By the way, also I looked it up. The WNBA.
Call my boy Kanan. He writes
the WNBA in the 2025 WNBA season. There will be over 175 nationally televised games.
Yeah, because they have the new media deal.
Thanks to who?
I'm just saying, bro. Do you realize that media deal was already in the working, just like the NBA one?
Okay, when did the media deal get signed? All right, when did it get signed?
But I'm saying, Max, all of this stuff was already in the working. They were already signed to these networks. You realize in between times, there's a year period where they refresh and revisit the media deals.
Yeah,
WNBA,
and the WNBA,
the WNBA and the NBA both are moving to Amazon. They both are moving. This is something that has been in the works. If you don't understand that, you don't understand the fundamental side of basketball in general.
Take a look at this. Oh, hang on, that ain't it. Sorry.
What is this website?
It's Sportico, but that's not the one. That's not the right one.
Sportico.
It's a website. Sorry, not that one. Here we go. Oh, this one's also Sportico. Yeah, Sportico.com. That is a legitimate sports website. Hang on.
Sportico?
Yeah. You
read Sportico very often.
Not a ton often, but they have this graph here. This is from ESPN.
What is this?
WNBA All-Star Game ratings. By year.
Well, what does this have to do with what we just talked about?
It has to do with...
This has something to do with the
Clark
ABC
comes
thing.
along here. Pretty
but
obvious.
I'm saying this has nothing to do with the ABC thing.
But I mean, you're just talking about viewership. We're talking about TV numbers.
No.
You don't think you're
talking about? You said a game has never been on ABC before. Caitlin Clark.
Almost never. Again. All right. So you see this graph. So just acknowledge this.
Almost never is not never.
Caitlin Clark came
exactly. Max Hall of Fame backtracking king. We ball.
Okay. Give me a second. Hang on.
This dude is a Hall of Fame Clarker, bro. I've never seen something like this before.
Nationally televised WNBA games.
So this is what not. Never mind. I'm not going to leave that on the pod.
Should we say 2015?
I'll text what I was about to say. Hold on.
Okay. Here we go. The NBA TV announced the 2015 WNBA regular season telecast schedule. Oh, that's just WNBA. Okay, fine. That's just WNBA TV. Okay. National broadcast. WNBA. I'm trying to find something that is just. Yeah, that's okay. We know that now. How many people watch the WNBA?
Chat the group.
Okay. All right. How about here's something. The WNBA on national television. What? What did I
Thank you guys so much for tuning on this episode of the Beyond the Backboard podcast. We're gonna be in our own in our room for our 2-minute drill segment. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Love you all. Thank you. See you guys in 2 seconds if you're real. Join that room in the chat, y'all. Peace.